You don't escape a job market by, just walking away clean. You escape it by shifting the foundation that your business operates on. Platforms are not the enemy. Some freelancers build seven-figure businesses on there, but you're building your empire on rented land. The platform controls visibility, pricing expectations, buyer psychology, the supply and demand dynamics. Owning that, lead generation effort for your business gives you control. You set the positioning. You set the expectations. You set the relationships. So the deeper question is, how do you evolve from platform dependent to pipeline driven, and eventually become a premium provider? So we'll do it through three common freelancer scenarios. We'll raise the stakes each time and teach a new principle. Let's get into it. Scenario one is, I'm fully booked on Fiverr, but I'm underpaid. And this is the most common turning point. You're getting consistent work. You're proud of your reviews, but your rates don't reflect your actual skill or the value you create. The problem isn't your pricing. It's the frame your pricing exists inside. Fiverr buyers, Upwork buyers, they're searching for tasks, not necessarily transformations. They're comparing thumbnails. Your service has to fit in a category that the site uses. Your $200 logo very well could be worth $2,000, but on a platform, context is king. The context is going to beat your competence or your value. So this shift begins with one question. What business problem does my work actually solve? Not what task do I deliver? What changes for the client once I deliver it? This lets you rewrite your offer as a transformation. So like logo design becomes brand identity built to increase conversions. Video editing becomes retention optimized demo videos with a higher conversion rate. Social media posts becomes a content system that increases inbound leads, right? This is the first step off platform, off any of those job markets. You stop selling tasks and start selling outcomes. But once your offer changes, where do the premium clients come from now that Fiverr is no longer the one feeding you leads? That leads us right into scenario two, which is, if I leave the platform, I lose my pipeline, right? This is the fear that most freelancers in this position have. If I step away from Fiverr or whatever job market, or even if it's not step away entirely, but it's like, if I allocate more of my time to something that's not one of those platforms, I lose my deal flow. But here's the truth. You don't lose your pipeline. You rebuild it around where the buyers of your outcome already spend their time. So your future clients aren't necessarily your Fiverr clients. They're people that look exactly like your Fiverr clients, founders, operators, brand owners, creators, whoever you worked with on Fiverr, however many months or years you spent there. It's all been market research. You now know, beyond a shadow of doubt, what niches spend the most time or the most money on the problem that you solve. Now you just need to figure out where those people hang out. Where do they ask questions? Where do they vent frustrations? Where do they follow experts? This is your new pipeline. You go there and you show up with value. You don't show up to pitch. This is a long game. You're building a reputation here. That's your first priority, not building a client base. The client base will follow. So some examples of that would be to post a teardown inside a LinkedIn thread, right? So something that would be valuable to those people that are engaging in that comment section, or answer a question in a niche Slack community or a Facebook group that your ideal customer engages in, or publish short, tactical, actionable content about the problem that you actually solve, do-it-yourself content to just try and help your industry solve this problem, regardless of if they come to you to solve it or not. You're not actively pursuing clients here, you're being visible in their habitat, right? You're being visible where they are online, so that very soon they will equate you, your profile picture, your name, and your headline as next to something valuable to that problem that you solve. And then once warm conversations start coming your way, you go about the business of turning that demand into high ticket business, right? So that brings us to the next scenario, which is I want fewer clients but bigger engagements, right? A lot of people coming off of the job markets are used to the volume play. Their profitability is how much action, how much work can they get, month to month. So now we're going, more to the leverage play, the quality over quantity play. Here's the shift that freelancers make when they go premium. They stop selling deliverables and they start selling systems. So the business you're building isn't project. It's problem, transformation, continuity. Instead of I write blog posts, it's I run your entire content engine. Instead of I edit video, it's I publish a weekly conversion asset that drives pipeline. Instead of I design assets, it's I overhaul the buyer experience each month so that conversions rise. Premium clients don't stay hired because of the work. They stay hired because of the continuity of the outcomes. So, an operator or a solo freelancer usually has like 3 to 8 clients, each paying $2 to $10K a month for 6 to 24 months, because the freelancer is selling ongoing solutions. They're solving ongoing problems. So it's not about raising your rates so much as it is about raising your role. Going from task doer to strategic partner. So here's your path from, a quantity-driven effort on a job market to a quality-driven effort building your own lead generation engine. Step 1, reposition from deliverables to outcomes, right? You compete on platforms. You differentiate through transformation, all right? Step 2, create a visibility engine around the pain you solve. When you consistently show up in places where your ideal clients hang out and you do nothing but talk about your solution to this painful, urgent problem that they have, people are going to start reaching out to you. And then step 3 is to build a system, not a service, right? Partners get retained. That's the objective. You don't want to build for one-offs anymore. You're building for retention. This is how freelancers build real businesses, not by just abandoning the platform, but by outgrowing the ceiling. Now, if you want more tactical videos like this one in your life, subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you want to take it a step further and chat with me in a group coaching setting about your goals, strategies, what you're up against this year, check out the link in the description for the freelancing program. It's 1,300 other freelancers just like you building for scale. And you could go check out the landing page. It'll tell you all about what we're up to over there. All right. See you on the next one.